Welcome back to Glow or Get Out. I'm half of the podcast, Mel.
And I'm the other half, Sam.
Hey, what's up? This is the final episode of the year, guys.
Oh my god, I just realized that.
Holy shit.
The year has gone by fast.
So fast. I don't even feel like I can remember half of this year because it was just like a blink of an eye. It went so fast. Like I can't even, like I still remember, it almost feels like last December was yesterday.
Yeah. I feel like it just happened so fast. I don't even know what happened. Like I do.
I do, but like I don't.
I know like the highlights of the year.
Right.
And then I'm like,
yes, I had another birthday, but like, did I? You know?
Was that last year's birthday?
That last year? Yeah, I don't know. This year I feel like has been the fastest year to like fly by in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah. I don't feel like I've had another year that went by so quickly.
I just honestly mashed 2020 to 2022 all together. I'm like, whoa.
That's true. I feel like
was I inside or was I outside?
The pandemic really blurred the lines there.
Yeah.
Also crazy that it's like only been 2 years. You know, it feels like it's been like 4 or 5 at this point.
Yeah.
That we've been living with COVID.
Yeah, now it's
Is it crazy that COVID did not exist before?
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazier that it does exist, but like today's mind, we're like, what?
We didn't live with COVID, like the fear of COVID before. That's so crazy.
Ew.
It's so weird. Anyway. Also, my brain is somehow still stuck in like 2008, so I don't know.
So there's also
there's also that. Yeah.
The fit.
I'm giving cheetah girls.
Yes.
I'm the gray cheetah sister.
I'm not giving anything today. Just in pants and an oversized shirt, so.
But anyway, today's topic is basically like habits that we're gonna leave behind and ones we want to bring forward into the new year. I think we have like a hard time coming up with a concept for the new year sometimes because
time is a construct. Because it's not real.
But also like it's a good reset moment, but at the same time like you're not a whole new ass person just because another year is happening. You know what I mean?
If anything, you're hungover into the new year.
For real.
You wake up and you're like, ugh.
You're the same goddamn person you were the other day.
Yeah, last weekend.
Yeah. So I think it's like don't get too caught up on the fact that it's like a new year, new me shit. You know what I mean? Like you can start being a new person today, tomorrow morning when you wake up. You know. So
and if you fuck up on January 6th. Start again on January 7th. It's all right.
The reset is just more so it's like a collective thing. We're all feeling like new and exciting, like fresh energy that's gonna like revitalize everyone's life. So I'm all about that. If you need to do it then, or you can do it now, you know, just whatever works.
Fair enough.
So to start off light and fun and fresh, we're gonna go with habits that we're gonna bring into the new year.
Yes. Positive.
We're starting on a positive note.
We're starting with what
and then we're gonna complain like a
mother.
You know,
we're welcoming in these habits and the positivity they'll bring our lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
So starting off,
number 1, I think we thought these are all collective. Ideas between the both of us. So number 1, savoring the moment. And I feel like we constantly talk about being nostalgic girlies and like wanting to look back on photos and videos and just like living for the past.
Ignoring my future.
Right. So just like being more present. And I think we've honestly been a lot better at it as individuals and like together. Like when we're like, okay, I know I need to like get over this, or I know it's not really going to affect me today or tomorrow or the next day. Like I'm figuring it out and that's okay.
Yeah.
So like just enjoying the time I'm having with the people I'm with or the moment or whatever the fuck.
Also, like we just said, the whole fucking year flew by and we have no idea kind of what happened.
I know.
So maybe that's something more intentional to be about, like to do.
And I think it's more so like in the mundane of it all.
Yeah, like day to day.
Like savoring, like, you know what? I have nothing to do today, but I'm like, if I could look back on the year and just be like, you know what? It did feel like a really good year though.
Yeah.
Because I was intentional with my time.
Because you like had, intentional moments with yourself all of the time and not just like in the big
playing Candy Crush.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of like realizing your years much more than birthdays and holidays. Yeah. It's kind of like the vibe.
Mm-hmm. Milestones.
Yeah. The next one I have is more intentional alone time.
Which I think goes with that a little bit.
Yeah. It's like savoring the moments when you are alone. I think a lot of people have the fear of being alone, and that goes for everybody. I don't think it's just people who are single. I think it's people who are in a relationship. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
We're like social creatures, so it makes sense. But I think that everyone benefit from like being alone and having that moment with yourself and going within.
I agree.
So I think that's something that I want to be like ecstatic about being alone.
You're like,
you know
tonight
what I mean?
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to have that feeling overall. And so I think like that should be a goal for everybody, to feel excited to be alone.
Dude, I think you just reach that point when you're like in your 50s. You
know
what I mean? Like when you're actually there, it's like
don't fucking bother me.
It's like, what do you mean? No, I want to be alone. Like I've been with people my whole life. I'm
my god. Yeah, I could see myself getting tired at like 50. Like I need my shit.
Yeah. But like still, I think there's times where I'm like excited to be alone. And be like, I want to get in the bath and I'm going to watch a show.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Next one.
Oh, social media cleanse. Being real about who I actually want to follow and what's good for me. So like unfollowing accounts that are...
Yeah, or muting them, I think, too. Like if you don't want to commit
you're like,
to the bit, at least unmute them. Like just mute them.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel that we're all kind of getting sick and tired of what social media has to offer.
We say that every time we talk about
I know, every single time. Yeah. But I feel like it gets worse and worse and worse. Or like there's something that like makes it feel better. So like TikTok made it feel better for me a little bit because it felt like more real people, more people that I like would never see, instead of just seeing literally like the Kardashians and every like maybe influencer from the decade.
Maybe you gotta follow more
micro. Like, I mean, I have though, but they don't get like enough airtime on my like
on your page, on your feed,
on my algorithm. And I don't know that that's my fault. I don't want to have to like.
It's like technically not your fault, but like technically the algorithm.
So I guess like I have to mute all of the people who are getting
the allotted
algorithm showtime. You know,
not showtime. I hear that. What about like just people you follow? Social media cleanse? Or like also deleting posts and...
I mean, I've done a little bit of that already, if not all of that already. I wish I could just like fall off the face of the earth on it, like social media, and not need it. But I just don't feel like it. I mean, I do though.
I need to be like need it.
I feel like within our industry, I feel like we need to stay up to date.
Well, I think we need the platform in general, but I don't think as like an individual, like as a business, I think we need it, but as an individual.
But that still makes me go on the platform. You know what I mean? I wish I could live without it for a bit. Or like I wish it was like back in the day when you needed to go on your computer, like on MySpace. You needed to go on your computer to like go on.
Do that. Maybe set a like intentional like I'm only gonna check from this time to this time at night.
Yeah, maybe I'll start logging in from my computer.
Or that.
We'll see. Anyway, social media cleanse. Do you not feel like you have a problem with social media?
Honestly, I set pretty good boundaries with TikTok, especially. There's like times where I'll like watch it for way too long, but usually right after I'll be like, I'm not doing that again. Like I feel so bad about it, so I'll get off. But like, I mean, it is like I'll open it and then be like, why am I opening it, and then close it.
For TikTok?
For everything. Like I'll open Twitter or Instagram or Pinterest. I feel like I'm less guilty about just because I'm usually doing it one for like personal like use, and then two for like business branding, personal branding and stuff. So I'm like, I'm working, but maybe I have a bad relationship with like work and social media. But
I feel like I don't even go on social media all that much, but when I'm on it I just don't feel good, you know. It just doesn't make me feel good. Or like
if I don't feel good, I'll get off.
I feel like it's every time for me. And like I will go on and I feel like I'm like missing out, like literally FOMO. Like I'll literally see that like you liked something or that like Logan liked something already and I hadn't seen it. It had been posted 2 days ago and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. And I'm like, do I just have like a bad relationship with social media, or do these people just also like are on
also
it too
have
much?
Bad relationships with social media?
And I'm like, I feel like there's like a balance of like they're on it too much. and I'm not on it enough, but then I feel like I need to be on it enough, and then it's like this back and forth of like, I fucking hate being here because it's just triggering. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you just got to set a stricter boundary. Social media is a hard one.
Yeah.
It's literally addictive.
Another one is sleeping earlier and waking up earlier. I feel like I did this one last year too, but I'm trying to be a fucking 6 a.m. girly still. It's been a year. It's not working out for me. I've become like a straight up 7 o'clock. Like I'll be up at 7, but I won't be like out of bed by 7. Like I'll be in my bed awake, just sitting there. Okay, I was better about it during like the warmer months. But during these cold months, dude, it's just like so hard to get out of bed. I'm so warm. I don't want to get up to turn on the heater. Like,
I see.
It's more of like a comfort thing. Like, I don't want to get up because I'm so cold.
Yeah. I go through periods of like being good about sleeping early and waking up early. And then I just fall completely out of it. So.
Well, I found this study that said it's more important to wake up at the same time than it is to go to sleep like at the same time, because your body's on like a rhythm of like waking up at a certain time.
But even if you didn't sleep enough,
like it's better for you to get 6 hours or 4 hours of sleep waking up at the same time versus like going to sleep and then waking up at different hours just to get your 8 hours, because like your 8 hours is just kind of a myth, because like
maybe
everyone
that's
else
why I can't sleep that like late after going out. Like, if we go to bed at 5 in the morning, I'll usually wake up at 8 and be like, I'm still really, like, physically, I'm so
exhausted.
Fucking tired.
But I can't go back to bed.
But my brain is, like, awake.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
go back to bed, bitch. And I'll sleep, like, another hour or 2.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And I'll just go to bed early. Interesting. All right. So, nonetheless, that's a good one.
Nonetheless, trying to make my wake-up time 6 a.m., but... And sleeping early just because I'd rather be a person who gets like 10 hours of sleep versus like 6. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, 6.
Like if I go to sleep at midnight, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Sometimes I do. Like last night was one of those nights, and it just happens. I don't know how I get there. Anyway.
Next, celebrating and acknowledging daily wins.
So that one's kind of, I feel like, in the same
savoring
breath as savoring the moment. Like pat yourself on the back of like, I did this today. Giving yourself either goals or not goals, like the fact that you completed something, and like acknowledging that you went forward and made yourself a better human that day. That's cool. I don't know. I feel like it'll also like improve everyone's like self-esteem and self-worth if you're doing that on a daily basis. I don't know.
I can see it.
Yeah.
And it like celebrating doesn't mean like literally a party every day.
No.
Obviously.
Like
just throwing that out there in case anyone's like, that's ridiculous. It could be literally like, I'm going to make myself my favorite dinner. Crazy. Buy myself a cookie.
Or like, I'm going to watch 2 of my favorite.
I'm going to stay up an hour later to finish this show. So, all right.
That's one.
Tea time and reading.
I think
bringing in just the routine of reading, like making it a moment,
making it like a ritual. I think that's what I've started, and I want to upkeep that for sure. Also, I feel like tea is just like some fucking underrated shit. Like it makes you feel so good. I don't know.
I don't hear people talking about tea that much.
Yeah, it's
so
only
when you're sick. Like people.
Yeah, why we only like, there's a reason everybody goes to it when you're sick. So why not drink it when you're not sick to not get sick? And I feel like having warm drinks just really like invigorates your system. I don't know.
Especially during winter.
Yeah. Go for the tea instead of another cup of coffee. I don't know.
Caffeinated. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Well, you're
I
going
feel
to
like
bed.
Caffeinated tea is like
really caffeine heavy.
It's like more, I feel like it's worse than like a coffee. I don't know why.
Like black tea is like raw.
Oh my God, dude, that shit is anxiety ridden. Next one, setting and keeping boundaries.
That one's real casual. We're all like setting and keeping like it's easy.
You know.
I'm gonna bring in some positive stuff. Setting and keeping boundaries, no big deal.
So I think we've talked about it enough where setting boundaries is hard. But what's harder is keeping them up.
Setting them is the first battle.
And then you're like, fuck,
keeping them is going to war.
Literally, you're getting tested every single day. So just really allowing yourself to be like, no, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not letting that happen. Not letting that slide. Because then those people or that situation is going to continue to happen. And then you you'll be unhappy, you know?
You gotta stick up for yourself.
So I feel like it builds relationships more than it hurts them, you know, to set boundaries, because then you both like have this equal amount of understanding and trust with one another. So yeah.
It's true. That's true. Unless the other person's just a total asshole and the boundary is keeping them out of your life anyway.
Yeah. So. Last one.
Workout schedule being consistent. I luckily feel like I'm doing that already this year, so I'm just going to continue bringing that bitch in to 2023.
Do you want to up the antes at all? With
your I probably would up the ante. Probably would. I could just push myself a little more time-wise. I think right now my goal is 7:30. I wake up more at like 8. So like if I set my alarm for 7, I'll start getting up at 7:30. You know what I mean? Just that whole brain trick thing. And it's like just enough time for like a 30 to 40 minute workout most days, plus shower, eat, and then get ready to leave for work.
You currently work out for 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I could push myself to get in either like an hour or like 2 different workouts on some days.
You do like the 30-minute ones now?
No, I'll do like a 23-minute one.
Oh, okay.
So like not a full, or I'll do like a 10 and a 20 or a 10 and a 15 or 15,
got it,
whatever. And then my walk is 30 minutes. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll up the ante because I'm not like happy with where I'm at with the amount of like, I mean, not the amount, but like I'm working out often. I'm like, I could be more fit. Okay, body. Swole. Maybe it's like the food aspect too. I do be liking my dessert, but like for like quality of life, I'm pretty happy. Like my body isn't perfect, and I don't eat perfect, but I'm
Sam, don't say that.
I'm perfect. I'm sorry.
That's so rude to your body.
My body isn't as fit as I would like it to be.
Got it.
Which is okay, and I'm happy because my quality of life is still great. Like I still get to eat what I want, and I enjoy the workout, so it's like all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'll up the ante next year. I don't know what. I gotta be more specific. Otherwise, I won't do it. Maybe just waking up earlier will inspire that. Yeah.
I definitely need to have a better workout schedule. I feel like I'm so inconsistent, but it's just because, like, I don't know. There's so many factors to life.
You just feel like life feels inconsistent?
A little bit. A little bit. And I feel like the types of workouts that I want to do are just, like, a longer thing. Like, ballet is, like, 2 hours. And that, like, I feel guilty doing it multiple times a week because we have shit going on, you know? But maybe I shouldn't, and maybe that should just be like my boundaries. Like I need to go to ballet 3 times a week or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. That's hard. I feel like it's just working out is already its own beast, and then like having to schedule it into your life is just another
and like hurdle. Being able to do it. Because obviously life gets crazy.
Yeah. I think I get bored so easily with workouts that I need like some rotation, and I need to figure out what rotation works for me. I think I constantly change between like liking class space things and then like wanting to just work out by myself at home, or like going to a gym. Like I feel like when I was in my gym phase, I was fit as fuck and I was very consistent, but
that was also probably because it was easy to schedule.
Well, not at school. Like I would go to the gym at home, like when I was home.
But even then, it was easy to schedule, probably.
I didn't have all these responsibilities also.
Yeah, so. You were like, I just have homework later.
Life is so fucking different. Anyway, so that is the last one. Just getting our workout routine.
Figuring it out. It's just a schedule, man.
Maybe next year we'll be like, things that we are so proud of, our workout schedules.
That's the only thing.
Maybe next year we'll be
life
swole.
Went to shit, but I'm fit.
I'm fit as fuck, bro.
All right, so glowing hour. We'll see y'all there, where we talk about things we are leaving behind.
It's a lot of them. And we're back. Today we're drinking Mexican hot chocolate with a little bit of Kahlua.
Yep.
It's a little spiced drink, I guess.
Well, something. Oh, it's like the perfect temperature. Oh, wow. 2 ounces might have been
a little much.
A lot of much, but it's good. It's really good.
I feel like this almost tastes better than Bailey's. Because sometimes Bailey's has like a nail polish flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd recommend you do Kahlua.
Yeah. So getting into the things we will not be carrying into 2023.
Yeah. Starting
strong. We collectively will not be accepting fuckboy behavior. Yeah.
That's from anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
don't be fucking around with my time.
Literally, that's the part. Whether or not you're single and actually dealing with fuckboys, but people just have fuckboy energy.
Yeah.
Where they want to waste your time, or they're like non-committal to things. Fuck that. Either you're in or you're out.
Yeah.
So
not accepting that. And I think we'll get more into the dating aspect of fuckboy behavior when we do the Nick Viall book
episode. Yeah.
In a couple, in 2 more episodes.
Yes.
So stay tuned if you want to know more about what that looks like.
Also, this is your reminder. You have a 2-week time to finish the book.
Yeah.
It's a very easy read, guys.
Yes.
Next one, being on my phone till my eyes hurt. So that is kind of similar to the social media part.
Yeah.
I think the scrolling aspect, or also even just for us because we work on our computers, just having like a fucking screen so close to your face all day.
Yeah.
Gives me a headache, a nightmare.
Yep.
So yeah, just not doing that.
Just like not letting it get to that spot.
Like we should see how many times we've texted each other like, my eyes hurt, I need to get off the screen today.
Maybe that's the reminder.
You know?
Maybe. Next, letting go of a scarcity mindset. Mel's note. Let's be ridiculous and literally crazy about what we think can happen.
Listen, be ridiculous. Be outlandish with your goals, your desires.
That's basically what the cards told you.
Yeah.
In last week's episode, if you guys did not listen.
It's just more so like I'm leaving behind the fact that I think like I need to be realistic about something. Why can't I just be outlandish about what I think could happen?
Things. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like I'm saying I only deserve the bare minimum, or like I deserve what I think is realistic for myself.
I see.
That's where I'm stopping. You know what I mean?
Like, take it back to some Disney days and like shoot for the stars or whatever. Like, sky's the limit. No, it's not.
Like Demi went to fucking Camp Rock after saying, like, thinking she couldn't. You know what I mean? Because she was poor or whatever. But look at her. She was the star of the camp. So I'm trying to be the star of my camp.
The star of the camp. That's the goal for 2020.
This is me. Hashtag this is me.
Dude.
Okay, next one. Worrying about things that I can't change or are out of my control, which is literally most things. I think this is the one, a hard hitter for both of us. Yeah. We tend to really focus on trying to control aspects of our lives, which at the end of the day, like, you really got no control over it because it's going to happen the way it needs to. So, like, just giving up the energy that it's put into trying to worry about something when it'll just work itself out, whether it's in like a way that you wanted it to or a way you didn't want it to happen, but it'll be good for you in the long run, or at least learning experience. So yeah,
good one. Okay, I feel like this is in the same vein. They're all in the same vein.
Yeah.
Letting go of the past and not letting those experiences have a say in my future. I mean, who's not guilty of really holding a grudge or just like letting things get to you from the past?
I think we all do that. It's just more so having a strict, like,
I'm like 2015 on, I can commit to. 2016 to 2022, I don't know, I'm still got a gripe with that. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But like, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
It's like every year you try to move on from the year before. You're like, okay, can we let it go now? Can we let it go now?
So like actually letting go.
Yeah, which I think we're gonna have an episode on that in January, hopefully.
The next one is trying to make everyone happy.
That's fucking hard.
That's so hard. But I think that more often than not, I'm speaking for myself, I make myself more upset when I try to make other people happy, and it's like at my own expense. And I think it started from like people pleasing, or like wanting people to like me or to think that I'm a good person. that then now changed to me feeling obligated to do something for people that I don't want to fucking do in order to like save their peace or save their happiness or the way that they view me. So
it's a pretty big one.
Yeah, I think maybe more so like deciding whether or not this is something that I'm doing for me or if I'm doing this for somebody else and it's at my own expense. Also, like I italicized everyone because I think like that's such a broad term, because I feel like there's some people that you genuinely like, it's a mutual thing where like if you make somebody happy, it makes you happy. But just more so like keeping an eye on the small things or the big things, like everybody and everything of my time and my energy and my efforts. Because sometimes I make effort and then I'm like, I think it's not well received, or I think like they don't care about it, and then I'm like upset that I even fucking did it because I didn't want to do it in the first place, or it didn't come from a place of like wanting to.
And then you're upset about it and you're like, I could have just not done it, I guess.
Exactly. And I would have just saved my peace and my time and effort. So
got it.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Next, the idea of what my perfect life is. You wrote this one. That is like specifically like what do you mean by that? Like, elaborate.
I think it's in the same ballpark as like letting go of the past and also worrying about things that I can't control.
Like every day on a level, like being like my life isn't perfect, or what do you mean?
Just more so like having, I think it's funny because it's like the balance of those two with also being like, don't have a scarcity mindset, you know what I mean? Because like being outlandish and like having a dream, what I mean by it is like I think I have goals and plans in mind, but I need to be also aware or like insightful about the fact that I maybe don't even know like the best plan for me. Like life has much more to offer me than like the strict thing that I had allowed myself to go after, you know what I mean? And also like another factor to that might be like the perfect life in like the balancing of like the life act, working out, eating good, having like friends and family time, and like having alone time. Like I think in theory, I think that I can compartmentalize those things to each have like equal amounts of time, and that's perfect to me. But that's so like not realistic and not like doable a lot of the time. At least not all of the time, but maybe some moments, and being okay with the moments of just like having more fluidity, I guess. Just like not having such a strict mindset on what's available, or like the amount of time I have to do things. Just like overall having more fluidity and more acceptance of perfect is what is like happening already. Like I don't need to like necessarily search outside of something that I'm already doing. You know what I mean? Like my efforts and my doing my best is perfect enough of a life.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm like trying to connect that thought, because I feel like that thought is separate from the first.
Yeah. It's all like together. I don't know.
Yeah. Because like even if you work, like let's say you spent the day with a friend instead of worked, and then the next day you worked, and then the next day you spent another half day with a friend and did half the day working, and then like, you know, it's like just, it's like fluid, but it's also like not what you envisioned as perfect, I guess, and like structured.
Yeah.
So hard, I think, to find the balance of like feeling structure, because I think structure feels like safe to a degree, and feeling fluidity, because then that feels like not unsafe, but like just like unstructured. Like I don't know how to describe that word. Like it's almost like you can't put a value on stuff that isn't structured in my own head. You know what I mean? So like finding the balance between having fluidity and also having structure, because both make me feel good. You know what I mean? So for me, that would be like perfect, I guess, is the balance between both.
Got it.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah. So you're saying like your perfect life would be having the
balance
amounts
of fluidity and structure. What does that look like?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah. The next one is we're letting go of being so worried about money.
I feel like this year was heavy on the money mindset. Lots of changes, I guess, and just like I don't know, at the end of the day, I'm very blessed, and I think we both are very blessed in terms of like having what we need, like necessities. So like, why am I so worried about money? And like, I know why. But at the end of the day, like, I know I'm worried, so stop worrying. Like, does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm taking care of it, and I know I'm making plans as best as I can. So why on a Saturday evening when I'm enjoying myself am I like beating myself up about it?
Yeah, that kind of goes to the point of worrying about things, is what I was talking about, is like,
for which one? The perfect life?
Or that too, but like worrying about things that I can't change.
Oh yeah.
More so like, I feel like we're both kind of addicted to the worry, like the feeling of being worried, because we feel like if we don't worry, it's like neglectful, like we're not gonna feel responsible for it if we're not worried about it. But that's not fucking true. Like, it's still like, I obviously know in the back of my head that money's a fucking real thing, and that it's something that I need to gain to
sadly
live. So like, why put it so forwardly to like literally mask my entire life to feel like a downfall or like a downer, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I need more money just constantly on my head is not okay.
Also, and that's going with like the scarcity mindset of like, if you live in the thoughts of like, I don't have, then you don't fucking have, and you won't have. So,
and that's why I just spent money on Christmas presents. Because I do have money.
Lots of money.
Christmas technically already passed for you guys. It's December 31st?
31st.
30th? No. It's like the 20-something. It's right after Christmas. Yeah, I think there's like a lot of things, if you were to like pick them out, except accepting fuckboy behavior, that's very specific. But like the rest of them I feel like are very much like, overall, I just don't want to feel like shit about my choices, about my boundaries, and the things I decide to do, I guess, which is your choices.
Yeah.
Thoughts and behaviors. What? Thoughts and behaviors.
Yeah.
It's very psychological.
It's just more so like leaving a mindset of like worry and stress and feeling in lack of, or letting other people like have a chip at your brain for too long or for too much, you know? Like you said, protecting those boundaries. And again, I think a big one is like worrying about this shit that literally you can't change or can't control. So it's like, what's the point of sitting there and focusing on it and harping on it?
Yeah.
When it's not going to change with you just thinking about it. So
you're like, if you're going to think about it, at least do something physically about it.
Literally. So just letting go of all that type of energy. It needs to fucking go, guys. It needs to go.
That's rough. I feel like it's just like a lifelong. These are like lifelong things we want to change. Yeah. So it's kind of like, if we're
it's lifelong, but it feels lifelong now because we're still doing those things. I think you can live a life without doing those things, at least most of the time, where it's not such a constant in your life.
True.
I'm not saying it needs to be fixed by the end of next year, but it's just more so like you can change all of those things if you want by next year.
It's crazy.
How dedicated are you to the
cause of yourself, of you, yourself, and I? Wow. Well, what are you guys trying to leave in 2022, and what are you bringing into 2023? Because we're fucking in 2023.
That's nuts, dude.
Ew. How are we so old?
Like I said, my brain is in 2008.
I wish my brain was in 2008. I wish I was sitting up sick from school watching Lilo and Stitch right now on a Thursday afternoon.
Anyway, that is going to be it for this week's episode. Kind of short and sweet.
Yeah.
Cute.
Give you some ideas.
I would encourage you to maybe start a list of things to leave and things you want to bring in, and be as silly as you want, be as crazy as you want. Again, don't limit yourself, but also know that there's no fucking pressure and there's no need to worry about the list. Just like live your life trying to be a better person every single day, and try to be better for yourself. Most importantly, nobody fucking else matters.
Which is why I think intentions or resolutions are so hard to like commit to, because it is like this very strict list, which I think can be good, like depending on what it is. Like I feel like if there's things that you really want to change, like let's say you didn't work out at all in 2022 and you just want to like commit to a brisk walk once a month, let's say, do it. I feel like you can totally set very specific things, but those are like I feel like intentions are more like mental, kind of like mindset like, things you want to.
I think resolutions are like a post-it, like this is the goal, I need to like check it off, versus an intention is a fluid thought that you have throughout the entire year, you know?
Yeah.
That helps you reach that other goal, but like,
yeah,
you need the intention.
I think they help you reach the other things. So set your goals or intentions or both, whichever you have, and also do a mood board. We did a mood board.
Vision board,
sorry. We did a vision board for 2023 and we went buck wild.
Buck wild, dude.
We're going to Italy, we're going to Paris. I'm finding the sexiest man alive.
With curly hair.
With brown curly hair. What else is on there that's outlandish? Oh, we're going to have our dream clients. Our podcast is going to get picked up by our dream hosting network. Yep. And that's on period. So see y'all in 2023.
See you then. Hitting hard also in January. Bye.